According to several media outlets, Manchester United have the upper hand when it comes to landing Erling Haaland's signature during the summer transfer window. The Red Devils are among a host of football clubs keen on signing the Norway international, and it appears that they are becoming the player's preferred destination as we approach the latter half of the current campaign. Are United set to land a major blow to their rivals by signing one of the hottest players in the world right now? AS Monaco and Brentford had been vying for the signature of a Brazilian player for ages, and it appears that the French outfit may have won the race. We've been meaning to talk about him. Who is Charlie Patino? The young Arsenal midfielder has been touted for a great future ahead of him, and the teenage midfielder needs to be discussed. Manchester City are preparing to say goodbye to Ferran Torres, who is now set to sign for Barcelona. River Plate star Julian Alvarez is set for a great future, and European giants are circling around him. Before we get started, we want to share the sponsor of today's video. The OneFootball app is the ultimate football platform and is a must-have for every football fan, so that you can follow all of your favourite leagues, teams and players all the time right from your phone. You can be sure to turn on notifications for specific players to be instantly alerted when they score a goal or when they are involved in other breaking news. It is the best and easiest way to stay up to date with everything football. Click the link in the description down below to download the app right now. You won't regret it. Julian Alvarez has no shortage of suitors. With 21 goals and 14 assists this season in all competitions, the River Plate striker is already being monitored by the biggest teams in Europe, with Real Madrid and FC Barcelona in particular keeping an eye. A departure in January has been mentioned for several weeks concerning him, but his club still hopes to be able to retain him beyond the end of his contract, which expires in December 2022. Argentine publication Olé indicates that with a little less than a year in the start of the World Cup in Qatar, River Plate want to convince him that the best choice for him is to stay home in order to secure his place with the Argentina national side. The Argentine Sports Daily also reports that Alvarez's release clause is set at €20 million and that it will rise to 25 in the last 10 days of the transfer window. Unless the situation turns around, it's only a matter of time before Ferran Torres commits to FC Barcelona, a transfer which should cost the Blaugrana around €45 million. His Man City coach Pep Guardiola has spoken out on the matter. "If you are not happy, you have to go," he said. "We are not a club like the other teams, where when you want to leave, the CEO and the president tell you no. If Ferran wants to leave and go to Barcelona, there is no problem. I'm happy for him." Ferran Torres is only 21 years old, and yet he's already becoming such an elite performer. This is obviously not trivial because his talent is so great. The versatile Manchester City forward, under contract until 2025, got better under Pep Guardiola. A right winger at the start, the former Valencia man has been installed as a centre forward on numerous occasions by his coach. With 16 goals in 43 games with City, he's also becoming a regular fixture for the Spanish national side. To date, he already has 12 goals in 22 matches. It's already been claimed that City and Barcelona have struck an agreement, which will see the young winger join the Catalan giants for €55 million. This would be quite a big move for Barcelona, who are in desperate need of reinforcements after experiencing a poor start to the campaign. Barring a turnaround, Van der Sar should be an AS Monaco player in the coming days. The Monegasques have sent Grêmio an offer of €14 million for the 20-year-old right-back, but UOL Esport tells us that initially the player was leaving for Brentford. Indeed, the newly promoted Premier League outfit had an agreement with the player as well. Everything was in order for Van der Sar to fly to England before Monaco intervened. The player even emailed Brentford to apologise and explain his choice to join the Principality club. Thrown in at the deep end against Sunderland in the League Cup, the young Charlie Patino made a strong impression on Tuesday night by scoring his first goal for the senior side. The 18-year-old midfielder is slowly starting to reveal himself as he quietly takes the steps towards becoming a regular member of the senior squad. In the world of football, there's no shortage of young players, and more clubs are producing some really great talents from their academies. At Borussia Dortmund, there are indeed many to be talked about, but it's also the case in other countries, such as England. On the side of the capital, a stable has just revealed one of its latest starlets to the eyes of the general public. During the meeting against Sunderland on Tuesday night in the League Cup, Arsenal threw Charlie Patino into the deep end. After taking the field in the 80th minute in the place of Emile Smith-Rowe, the teenage midfielder had a day he'll remember for a very long time, scoring the last goal in added time. This was his first team debut, and he ended up scoring a goal. But even though he made his professional debut very recently, this wasn't the first time that Charlie Patino impressed Arsenal. Back in 2015, it was not for nothing that London executives put £10,000 on the table to recruit him, as he began his training at Luton Town. Arsenal therefore quickly detected his potential when he was only 11 years old when he arrived, and inevitably, the youngster climbed the ranks. Quickly promoted to the under-18s at a very young age, the native of Watford then joined the reserves last season. Not long ago, he scored against Manchester United's under-23s when Dean Henderson was in goal. Charlie Patino therefore caught the eye of Mikel Arteta, who decided to give him a nice Christmas present. "He's a player with a lot of personality, and I'm delighted for him," added the Arsenal coach after the game. The number 87, which he's wearing right now, is therefore only the beginning of his career, and we're sure that he'll be scaling up soon. Faced with the future departure of Jonathan Ikone to Fiorentina, and after the words of Jonathan David's agent, Jocelyn Gourvenec has stepped up his efforts. He wants Lille to make signings this winter in order to stay competitive in the Champions League and Ligue 1, where his team is slowly rising in the standings. The transfer window opens its doors in just a few days. Preparations are already underway, just as the first moves are about to be finalised. This is the case for Jonathan Ikone, with the 23-year-old winger expected to sign a 5-year contract with Fiorentina. The transfer is rumoured to be about €14 million, excluding bonus, but a part will have to go to PSG, who included a clause in a previous deal in 2018, allowing them to recover 45 to 50% of the total transfer value. All the same, it's still a good deal for the Mastiffs, who are in dire need of sorting out their accounts, especially since the player, under contract until 2023, probably reached the end of the race in the north of France after 3.5 seasons with a Ligue 1 title. His average start to the season in the league, where he's scored only 1 goal in 18 Ligue 1 matches, probably tipped the scales in favour of a sale, while in the Champions League he did much better. This is why Gourvenec is eager to see the club move swiftly to find a perfect replacement. However, it won't stop there. Jonathan David is also likely to leave in the summer, so Lille will have to find a replacement for the Canadian striker. Lille have a lot of work ahead of them as they look to assemble another squad that aims to take the game to PSG in the coming years. The prospect of associating Erling Haaland with Cristiano Ronaldo obviously greatly interests Manchester United, who have reportedly gone on the offensive. If there's a player that interests the entire planet, it is Erling Haaland, the Norwegian cyborg from Dortmund, whose future will inevitably stir up rumours. The striker seems to arrive at the end of a cycle in Germany, and his next point of fall must allow him to cross the threshold of the top level in the world. Many clubs are obviously interested in the prospect, from Manchester City to Barcelona to Real Madrid to PSG. But according to the latest information, Manchester United are looking to make a terrifying duo of Cristiano Ronaldo and Haaland, with Ralf Rangnick reportedly personally seeing to the matter. As the sporting director of Red Bull Salzburg when Haaland joined the Austrian Giants back in 2018, Rangnick has had ties to the Haaland case for several years now. And according to the Manchester Evening News, the new manager of the Red Devils has already reached out to the player's father to discuss the situation of his son. And this all goes back to the rumours suggesting that United's ownership will give Rangnick a hefty bonus if he's able to convince the youngster into joining the club. And if that happens, it will be perhaps the biggest surprise of the summer transfer window.